Humans aren't the most intelligent animals on the planet by a long shot. It's surprising, but it's true. There are many creatures like parrots and dolphins that have sharp minds. Like us, mongooses love to play pranks too. Just take a look at this little guy playing dead just to ruin the pelican's day. But there's also a healthy balance of animals that have terrible judgment and memory. But one of the most intelligent animals in the world is the crow. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we are going to share why crows never forget anything, and some of the other creatures who have the same quality. We've heard the story of the thirsty crow throwing pebbles in a pot to drink water. But it wasn't just a story. The crow is actually an intelligent animal. Many of you might hear it for the first time, but whether it is crows or ravens, these birds can make multi-part tools like hooked sticks to reach grubs. What's astonishing here is that they can solve geometry puzzles made famous by Aesop. They can also help a clueless hedgehog across the highway before they get killed by a car. They have impressed many researchers with their intelligence. It turns out that crows can also contemplate the substance of their own personalities. It is a sign of higher knowledge and logical ideas. But in addition to that, crows also have a great memory. Marzluff is a teacher at the University of Washington's School of Forest Resources. For the examination, he and his team presented wild crows with a book containing pictures of what they called dangerous faces. They were mainly scary masks. Then they grouped the crows and sent them in batches to 5 labs, all close to Seattle. In those labs, the researchers were waiting for them wearing those masks. Guess what? The crows attacked them immediately. Hearing the racket, different crows joined, creating a furious crowd. So yes, if you mess with crows, they will remember your face. Marzluff said, quote, "Our examination shows the memory keeps going no less than 5 years." As per one more investigation distributed in the diary Animal Behavior, ravens, which incorporate crows, jays, and jaybirds, can hold hard feelings for as long as 2 years. Analysts from Lund University in Sweden and the University of Vienna hand-raised a group of ravens and noticed their interaction when collecting food from fair and unfair trainers. Unfair coaches would initially offer the crow a piece of food, and when it came to them, the trainer would take a bite out of the bread instead of giving it to the bird. The researchers found that when they have a choice, most of the crows will pick the fair coaches over the unfair coaches. Talking about how ravens work in the wild, he said, "If one individual backs another, there's a connection between help given and getting on a drawn-out premise." National Geographic has even talked about the insight abilities of crows. For example, crows can hold burial services for their closest family members. But crows aren't the only ones with this ability. Typically, most creatures disregard certain occasions that have just occurred in their life. Their brains store long-term memory and data, which is essential for their survival. However, there are a few animal species that have fantastic memory. Dolphins have taken the top spot in this regard. The new examination shows that dolphins have the longest memory yet known in any species other than humans. New trials show that bottlenose dolphins can recall whistles of different dolphins they'd lived with following 20 years of division. Every dolphin has a signature whistle that functions as a name. This quality helps warm-blooded marine animals to keep close friendly bonds. The scientist Brooke investigated dolphins because their social bonds are better than other creatures. So he gathered information from 43 bottlenose dolphins at 6 offices in the US and Bermuda. He initially played bunches of new whistles to the dolphins in the investigation until the subjects got exhausted and quit examining the submerged speaker making the sounds. Then he played the whistles of the listening dolphins' old companions. When the dolphins heard these natural whistles, they would perk up and approach the speakers, frequently whistling their own name and tuning in for a reaction. Generally speaking, the dolphins reacted more to creatures they'd known many years before than to arbitrary creatures. This proved they remembered their previous partners. Ever heard about elephants having an excellent memory? Well, it's not as good as a dolphin's, but they do have better recalling abilities than many other creatures. Elephants are thoughtful and pleasant, as they love to connect with individuals and cautiously deal with one another. But how intelligent are they? Elephants have exceptional brain abilities. They can remember where everyone from their family is, paying little mind to the distance isolating them. They can also effectively discover water repositories, and they don't simply search for another wellspring of water without fail. They keep this data in long-term memory, and it's not merely for survival. The reality is that they are similar to humans. They can arrive at such astonishing outcomes and objectives because of the psychological guide that the elephant makes and holds in its mind. Now, you've probably heard the term memory like a goldfish. That's because goldfishes are believed to have a memory not lasting longer than 3 seconds. But this is false. They can actually remember stuff for weeks and months. Scientists believe that goldfish are intelligent fish. Scientists demonstrated this by showing how, if you feed a goldfish at one corner of the tank, they stay at that side of the tank, whether they are being fed or not. Compared to that, our closest family member, the chimpanzee, has a memory similar to ours. They can recall items, pictures, and surprisingly, the successions of numbers. Bunches of tests and exploration show that the chimp's memory range of abilities permits them to clearly review a scene and retain designs. It proves that they use their brain not only for survival purposes. Having an extraordinary human-like memory, they can effectively perform complex tasks without any problem, like doing math and playing with humans. Last but not least, how do humans compare to these animals? Some of the time, creatures can manage memory tests superior to certain people. It tends to be clarified by poor memory in individuals because many people do not exercise their memory. However, the mnemonic technique humans used from ancient times helps them to achieve extraordinary outcomes and even break a memory record. This advantage is inaccessible to other creatures. This privilege won't be achieved by any other animal in this world, which keeps humans superior over them. But what do you think? Which animal was your favorite from our list? Comment down below. Don't forget to share this with fellow animal lovers and subscribe to the channel for similar content in the future. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. And thanks for watching.